This is the story of how I got scammed out of my dream job. It all started with finding a job on Indeed. Now, this was a completely normal posting on Indeed. For instance, wherever you're trying to apply to or apply for, it was just on the front page, ready to be clicked. It looked completely real. Next thing I know, I receive an email. This email conversation literally started off like this. Hello, you applied to our job posting we posted via Indeed for the position of video editor. This is a part-time remote position and we are looking forward to hiring new employees to our company. And all you need to do is get back to me if you are interested in this position. Kindly reply back with interested and we will proceed to the next step, which is the interview process. Thank you. Looks like a regular email that you'd receive from a company that you applied for on Indeed, right? Or even just an email in general. Doesn't appear to be anything going in suspicious directions, right? Nope. Just as an extra safety measure, I like to authenticate and validate all senders' messages. But Google is also really nice with weeding out spam emails. For those of you who are watching and have a Gmail account, you may or may not know that Gmail actually has an authentication type of ordeal where the sender of a message that you don't know is automatically authenticated, and if they obviously think it's going to be a spam or a spam risk to where it's going to potentially leak your data to the black market or the outside world to people you don't want to have your info put to, it'll tell you. I then simply replied with interested. Now, to really speed up to get to the juicy parts of this entire scam, the next two emails, he basically sends me a worksheet to fill out saying who I am and basically describing myself so that he can get an idea of how great of work ethic I have and how fit I am for the position. So quite honestly, there's a ton of emails that just keep going back and forth that don't have any real red flags to them. Now here we get to the main email that really sells me for every single part of this job offer. Or I should say job offer. The email reads, Dear Robbie, I am glad to inform you that due to your level of experience and your working skills, the company has decided to hire you as one of our video editors remote. On behalf of our firm, I congratulate you on your achievement. You are now offered an opportunity to be a part of team. We believe that your knowledge, skills, and experience would be an ideal fit for our creative team and make a significant contribution to the overall success of the company. You will receive your duties every day via email and I will be online to walk you through your tasks. You will be undergoing a 3 to 5 day online training via Skype immediately after setting up your mini office. We are starting you with $60 per hour and you will receive your weekly pay via wire transfer, direct deposit, or check, depending on which you would prefer. Benefits include health and dental insurance, employee wellness, and paid time off. You will be enrolled for other benefits after a period of 3 months of working with us. I know, guys, this email is incredibly long. There's still so much more to cover within this one particular one, but then I want to share one more email with you, and that's where the juiciness starts to incorporate all the drama and whatnot, and then we get into the text messages, and that's where everything is unloaded. We are going to be communicating virtually until after 5 days of working with us. Subsequently, a user and password will be given to you, including an uplink to the company server, and a list of contact numbers to various departments will be sent to you, including all necessary forms to fill out. Before you work, you will receive a paycheck, which will be used to set up your mini office by purchasing the office equipment and software needed to start your training and work. You will be receiving your employment offer letter from HR via email to sign tomorrow. Our aim is for you to start training as soon as possible. You are to immediately forward the following information to enable the HR secretary to register you and your offer letter. Please email the request information above to. For clarification and confirmation purpose, please provide me with the same information you sent to the HR email above. Let me know when that is done so that we can continue with the remaining of the briefing. Congratulations. So guys, like you can see, like nothing seems out of the ordinary. I mean, yes, there were some little hiccups of like maybe grammar or something, but we're all human. We make errors. Even though it's a business letter and something that is official or in business remarks, it's not going to be perfect. Like there's going to be little errors here and there. We're all human. That's just what happens. So then the emails keep going on and on about, oh, we're very happy to have you, and we have an offer letter from HR. It literally said everything correct. The employment letter said not only the stock option, but it said employee benefits, it said compensation, it said what would happen during the job, what would the job be entitled of, and it had everything, and like had watermarks for the company. Like it was perfect. It was literally nitpicky down to the smallest detail of correction. nothing seemed fishy. So I know it's blurred out, but this is the official employment letter that they gave me. And now comes the juicy part. He emails me saying, please join the Google Hangout, which if you guys don't know what Google Hangout is, it's a text messaging system for Google that you use with your emails so that anybody you're either in business with or you're just talking with, you can send text through there. Now guys, if you thought the email section was bad, the text messages are 10 times worse. What I also didn't realize is that this spanned over 20 days. So when I applied to this job, it was the beginning of April. It is now April 23rd, so about 2 or 3 days after the fact that this whole thing happened. So in the text messages, I'm gonna pop it up here because I screen recorded everything. I had to block this, obviously. The scammer always started out with, hello Robbie, how are you doing today? A very kind scammer, which this is why it seems so legit, because you don't have a scammer just saying that all the time. You want their money, you want their, you know, social security number, you want everything. As you guys can see, like, it's pretty like normal until this right here. Tuesday at 3:04 p.m. So you will be receiving a mobile deposit check via your email to deposit into your account, and we are seriously having issues with our courier services due to weather conditions and snow. It will take some days to resolve the issue. It's almost summer, like how was there snow? I'll be honest with you guys, since it's a real company, just a scammer, they're based in Maryland, and the Northeast, or New England they like to call it, is as warm as it is in the Midwest here in Indiana. So that just didn't make any sense. But then your email to deposit your account, and we're just having issues with our courier services. This is the first of many times of when the scammer says this exact thing. Also, you don't get a check via email. That just doesn't exist. So I was saying, okay, no worries. So everything that was mentioned in the email of what I need is to have is what I need to get. They sent me a whole list of, again, the mini office that has been mentioned many times. It was like an iMac. It was everything that was super nice. So you're talking over $5,000 worth of materials. So then the scammer replies, once you receive the mobile check, you will deposit it via your mobile app, so like your banking app. All you need to do is to upload the picture of the check on your PC and your laptop and proceed with the deposit. So we will be able to proceed to the next step, which is your office items. See, this still doesn't seem sketchy to me, because quite honestly, a mobile check, I'm like, okay, I've never heard of that, but it just makes sense. And now it's off the email. If someone has to give you a check, get it in the mail. It's gonna be 10 times easier. You're still gonna have to wait. Half the materials that I needed to get weren't gonna come in for another 2 weeks, so it just didn't make any sense. So fast forward, this is where it gets really, really weird. During that day of Tuesday, I was supposed to get a check at the end of the day. I did not receive one. So then the scammer replies with, are you there? Sorry, I just got a message from the financial department that we had a delay from the issuing bank, but we will be receiving the check tomorrow morning to your email once it's 9 a.m. Just join me here once it's 9 a.m. your time tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. But first off, here's some red flags that I'm noticing now. First off, the financial department issuing bank, that's fine. Like, that makes sense, because it's happened before to me many times when I actually had a job that I was clocking in for. Every single day when it was 9 a.m., I did not hear anything. I didn't get a text from him. I didn't get an email. So the following day, so around 10 a.m. Wednesday is when the check is in the email. I was like, what the heck? Now fast forward past the check, I said any specific retailers to go for the supplies, because I did not get anything in terms of saying, hey, we get our stuff from this and that, or we get our stuff directly from the company. Well, if it was from the company, I should just receive it no matter what, and then it gets taken out of the paycheck just like that. So the scammer replies, all you need to do is scan the picture of your check via your mobile app, proceed with the deposit, and or upload it to the front of check of your PC and take a picture of the check with your mobile app. Kindly send me the deposit. I don't know if I legitimately just could not read right there, or the fact that that is the most incorrect grammar I've ever dealt with. But anyways, as you can see, that's number 2. He goes on to say this 7 more times, but we'll fast forward because there's so much to deal with saying, hey, this and that. There's nothing of like, I will take your money, oh, I'll take your more personal info. There's none of that. It's just all regular conversation like you were to have with a regular business employee. So I download this check and I had to actually print it out, cut it, and then deposit it that way to my bank account. So we go back and forth, and I was like, what were the issues, if you don't mind me asking? The scammer replies, I was told you would be receiving a new check next Thursday and that would really delay your training, and you have to start your training on Monday, so you will be able to meet up to some guidelines. If I was to have the check next Thursday, this is where the sketchier part comes into play, delay my training and start Monday. That Monday, so I wouldn't receive the check until Thursday, but I have to get my training on Monday. How does that make any sense? I can't pay for anything. So then we go back and forth, and this is the part where I'm going to pretty much stop until I pretty much get to the end of this. The scammer says, so I would like to know if you can still pay half of your office items, which is just $1,000, and you will be reimbursed back on Tuesday morning from the company financial department. Because you have to start your training on time, and you will be start working fully on Tuesday, but you will have your mini set up before then. So it was a Friday, so that means I had Saturday and Sunday to get all the items, no matter if they were in stock or not, set it up before Monday, and I would have 3 to 5 days of full training. But this scammer says you're gonna start working fully on Tuesday. Okay, now I'm seeing more red flags as I read this off. Well, it's obviously not right. I go on to tell the scammer, hey, what's the accredited vendor so I can buy these products right now? The scammer never mentions it. Never. It just says accredited vendor. Doesn't give a name to help me out. There really wasn't much else that was said except for the whole thing of the repeated accredited vendor and issuing bank. So obviously this was one of the most well-orchestrated scams or plays on somebody in history. So to sum up the text, I basically exposed them for the check because the check was definitely wrong. I said, sir, and I'm not going to pop these up on the screen because it's just too long. Sir, why is a check from blank instead of blank? And the states were different, and I was saying stuff about the HR offer letter coming from the exact same place as to where everything else came from except for the check. And then he replied with, well, blank has been the most valuable company subsidiaries. We've been dealing with them, and I can rest assure you that everything is fine with the check. And then going back on with the issue with the financial bank and stuff, it's so stupid. And then I went on a rant. I said, with the last thing they read, I'm not doing check again. If you want to do check, just mail it to me. You have everything. And then I was exposing them about the whole bank stuff. Now they have 100+ locations, and I can't seem to figure out why this isn't working. So then I said, so either I'm getting heavily scammed or this is the sketchiest job offer I've ever been a part of. That's the last thing they read. And that is how we conclude on the last part about how I got scammed out of my dream job. So it's a little after 1:30. Got off the phone with the corporate of the actual company that I had originally applied for, and they said it was actually a complete scam. But even though my dad, who has a really nice job and had figured out everything, had read the contract and everything, because I'm not gonna do it myself, because like I don't know what to look for in terms of red flags and everything like that, especially for a really nice paying job. He went over it and it looked fine. But then my mom reads it and she spots it literally right away. So mom, on the email, figure out where you said the red flags were.
Well, on the second paragraph here, it says that on acceptance of this employment offer, the following equipment will be delivered to you to set up on your home office. Then it says the funds for the purchase of the equipment will be made available to you prior to purchase and delivery. So if they're supplying it, there's no need for you to purchase it. And then it says down a few more paragraphs, it says after signing this offer letter, the check to pay for the equipment listed above for your mini office will be mailed out to you. Then you can begin training as soon as you take delivery of the equipment. So little contradicting there, saying that they're going to send you equipment, then they're going to send you the check.
It was just really weird because it wasn't like a legitimate scam. Like, you just didn't see the point of the scammer. There was no money being withdrawn to them except for the whole fact of today is when they kind of asked for $1,000 in a way to buy the supplies from their accredited vendor, which they never named off of. So this was the most choreographed scam I think we have ever dealt with.